Did you know that one wrong move during this home buying process and you could lose thousands of dollars or even your home?
Well, if that scares you, stick around because today I am breaking down the essential steps and the timeline that you must follow to avoid these costly mistakes. So go grab your notepad because you can't afford to miss this. Let's discuss the first phase of home buying. Keep in mind what we're about to go over will take as long as you allow it to take. You can decide quickly, or maybe you have to work on some things which may take a little longer, so it's quite hard to put an exact time frame on any of this. Either way, we have to first take a step back to assess your readiness. We have to evaluate your employment history and current employment status. Many banks will require 2 years of work history if you're a W-2 employee. Now, let's say you were unemployed for the past 6 months, in a 6-month period. Then you started working in the same line of work. We may still be able to get you pre-qualified. But if you're self-employed, you can do a bank statement loan using just 1 year. We can dive deeper on what that looks like for you in a consultation. But regardless, don't decide on your own that you don't qualify. Leave it up to the experts. Review your credit report. So many banks can work with about 580 or above. You will just have to put more money down at closing. It's ideal to be around 620 or higher to take advantage of any of the home buying programs. Secondly, you want to calculate your budget. Write down all of your expenses on a piece of paper and determine how much you can afford to pay monthly for a mortgage. If you're already paying rent, you have an idea of what that looks like. Thirdly, start saving for a down payment and closing costs. Plan for up to 6 to 7% to be paid by you at closing. This isn't always the amount that you will need because in most cases, I as your realtor will try to negotiate some to all of the cost to be paid by the seller, but it will never hurt to save money. Think of your non-negotiables. You might want to create a list of the must-have features and amenities for your future home. Considering factors like the location, the size, and the style, keep in mind if this is your first home, chances are it will not be your last, and you can use this property as leverage to get you your bigger dream home. So don't overdo it, especially with cosmetic things like paint colors, cabinet colors. With a few little DIY projects, you can change those things. After considering these factors, you can determine if you are ready to move to the next steps, which will take as long as you want it to. The quicker you move, the sooner you can get the ball rolling. Recapping these first few phases, we have checking for financial readiness and making a list of your priorities in the home. Next, we have the next phase, and you'll want to find a real estate agent. So
If you're looking to buy or sell in Arizona, that is me. Look no further.
if you are not buying here, I work with so many other agents across the nation. So if you would like for me to recommend you with a trusted realtor that I work with, please let me know in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram. This is the most important step. Matter of fact, many agents will not show you homes unless you have talked with a mortgage lender or a loan officer for pre-approval. Getting pre-approved for a mortgage is to determine your budget and strengthen your buying power when you find the right property. So let's say that you find a home that you love that is listed at $330,000, and after talking with your lender, you qualify for $350,000. So perfect, we can go check it out and submit an offer. But let's say your pre-qualification comes back at $285,000. Well, we're quite a few thousands off from that home, and unless you're planning on paying the difference in cash, we will have to look at homes that are within your budget. The pre-qualification is very important because sellers want ready and able buyers viewing their homes. I can also connect you with the lender that is licensed in your state. Just let me know what state you're in and in the comments, and or you can send me a DM on Instagram and I will get back to you. Now for the fun stuff, we get to go house hunting and we get to explore different neighborhoods, attend open houses, and utilize the online resources to narrow down your options and find a match for you. We have the pre-approval in hand and we are ready to offer at any time that you see a home that you love. I have a free downloadable buyer's guide that breaks down and also provides you with much more information as a new buyer. So you can click the link in the description below to download this free resource right away. Now we get to the juicy part, the part where you find the home or you found the home and you're ready to pull the trigger on a home that you love. So we will draft up a competitive offer, and based on the market conditions and the condition of the property, you will sign the offer and the supporting documents. By this time, I would have already spoke with the listing agent multiple times, and they are at this point already waiting for our offer to be in their email. So they will take the time to review that with their sellers and of course accept it. Now we are under contract, and that's when the time clock begins. So we will now be in our inspection or due diligence period. In the state of Arizona, it is typically 10 days to conduct a home inspection. During that time, we will hire a qualified inspector to assess the condition of the property and identify any potential issues or concerns. We may also have to hire any other professionals to assess the property, so you can decide if you would like to proceed as the property is, or maybe even ask for some repairs to be made by the seller or cancel the contract as a whole. For the sake of this timeline, let's say you proceed with asking for a few repairs to be made by the seller and the seller accepts. Few days and few weeks pass, and now it's time for closing. We will review and sign any necessary paperwork, pay the closing costs, and officially you will take ownership of your new home. This process from offer acceptance to closing can take as little as 2 weeks or 30 days. I've seen lenders do it in less and buyers requesting longer closing dates, but this is about average and the most common. You're now ready to navigate the home buying process journey like a pro. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. Next week, we will discuss mistakes to avoid as a home buyer. So share this with your friends and family that are on the same journey as you. If you're considering buying a home here in Phoenix or any of the neighboring cities and would like to work with me, let's set up a time to chat about your goals and how I can help you get there one step at a time. Head over to the description and scroll down to Work With Me, to the Work With Me link, and complete the following steps, and I will be in contact with you. See you again soon.